Hi guys, welcome back for another one. Now today's video is going to be a little different than everything else I've done because today I'm not going to have a whole lot of positive things to say as we go through this dev blog. It's been a really rough week for Marvel Strike Force in my opinion. I mean, Reddit is just blowing up with just feedback that's some of it's constructive, some of it's not, but just it shows that the player base's morale is at an all-time low. To me, a year ago, the spender strike that happened, that I wasn't that in support of. I even made a video that I now deleted since then about why I wasn't in support of the spender strike and just be some of their complaints. But honestly, to me right now, this game is in a worse shape than what it was a year ago, and it's some of the decisions they keep making. So I'm going to try to be as constructive as I can and not just be negative, but let's go ahead and start through this dev blog. So first off, the announcement of White Tiger's kit. Now, I am going to make a separate video, but if you're lucky enough to be watching this one, I'm going to give you a tip right now that I'm going to make a video on separately. If you are a newish player, like you probably have to be a level above level 60. You may need to be higher than that if they do move up the difficulty bar, which I am expecting to happen sometime in the near future. I don't think they're going to leave the hardest difficulty at level 60. I believe they'll at least move the bar up to 65. If they move it up to 70, I don't think I'm a fan of that, as I think that's too far of a jump, and especially since orange gear, which we need gear tier 13 for level 70, is a bottleneck. All of it, level 13, level 14, level 15, it's all bottlenecks. And here's your first constructive criticism today. The next gear tier to come out is 16, which is orange also, which means those thousands of orange pieces that we need. And I'm not just talking SPCs, how about the superior focus catalyst, the superior damage catalyst, like those, you need thousands of them. You need to inject more ways of getting this orange gear because you guys done screwed up by making the number so high to begin with. You guys need to inject a ton more, and your offers are junk, like straight up junk, like the worst offers I've ever seen in my life on orange gear. Your offers are not that great, but orange gear, totally uncalled for, unnecessary. I mean, how can you guys sit back and do the math and say that that's a good evaluation? You need to fix the orange gear, guys. I can't believe I'm going to start with White Tiger and I'm getting into a conversation about orange gear. This is where this game is, guys. It is just bad. So this is probably more constructive criticism than it will be reviewing the dev blog. But anyways, someone that's responsible for figuring stuff out for you guys needs to sit down and do the math. If a casual free-to-play player cannot do 16 tunes in 1 year, casual free-to-play, to gear tier 15, you need to increase the amount of orange gear that players get. Spenders, super active players should be able to do more than that because, hey, they're super active and they're spenders, right? You need an advantage for your spenders, or that there's no incentive for people to spend. But if a casual free-to-play player cannot get in 1 year 16 characters to gear tier 15, that's a problem you need to fix. Moving on to White Tiger. So going back to this whole entire feedback I'm going to give you guys. So if you're a newish player, level 65, somewhere in there, you're going to want to save up your cores. You should start saving up your gold too, because I think Moon Knight will be the next milestone character. Like I said, I don't know, but cores, gold, start saving. And why I say newish players specifically is that these are characters of both city heroes. City is lacking, especially the hero side, of good characters at high level, or at least match today's meta. White Tiger and Moon Knight are both going to match today's meta. And what you guys are going to face when you hit level 70, or you may face it right now, is Heroes City Chapter 7, Nodes 1 through 3 of the Heroes campaign. And having both of these characters will help you get through those 3 nodes. And you can easily pick up 4, if not 5 stars on both of these characters if you do it right. Save your cores, save your gold. I will make a separate video later in detail of how this stuff works. And trust me, I've been doing this my entire free-to-play life. Okay? I've been getting event campaign characters at 5 stars, majority of them. And I've been able to rack up on milestone characters by following 2 tricks that are easy to do as free-to-play. And if you're a spender, even better, you're going to be able to do it also with less sweat. But yeah, this city hero is great. Mystic gear, guys, we all should be stacked up on Mystic gear. There's been no Mystic characters last year except for Ebony Maw. 1 year of no Mystic characters, so we should all be stacked up on some Mystic gear, especially through the purple ranks. I'm not a big fan of them keep adding teams. Like, instead of like adding a character onto an existing team, they create new teams. And I don't like it because gamma raids never get updated to represent new teams unless you're Pimtech, and you know, they think that's making them more useful. Another constructive criticism there, guys. But also, I mean, it's like they're selecting who gets what. For example, over here on the side, you guys can see all the characters that are represented in this Shadowlands series, and a lot of them already exist in the game. But did they get the Shadowland tag? No, they didn't. This doesn't mean that you're selecting who gets what and create cookie cutter teams. And I know some of the player base, I'm not sure which percentage, and I probably will do that poll later today on YouTube. I don't think they like cookie cutter teams. I think they're getting sick of cookie cutter teams. You're dumbing the game down for them. Your high level engaged players love to find team comps that work, right? Surprise team comps, right? They're engaged in your game. They're the reason your game will thrive, right? They're the reason your game will succeed. Their enthusiasm, their excitement will bring new players to your game. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe you need a mixture of both cookie cutter and, you know, plug and play characters, or characters that allow, you know, some flexibility. But I don't know, I'm just getting like a little tired of cookie cutter teams, selective tags, things like that. It's just, we have 160 characters now in the game. I don't know, guys. That's just my take. I know I'm not the only one out there. And just like some of the Reddit posts that I didn't 100% agree with, I don't expect you guys to 100% agree with me. So her kit, really great. Like I said, her and Moon Knight, a new player, grab them both. They're going to help you. They are the best in their category. At least top 5 in their category. I don't know if they beat Ghost Rider yet, or Symbiote Spider-Man, or Anti-Venom. Okay, they might sit on the top 5 or just outside the top 5. Anyways, the Lunar Festival, this is another one, guys. Well-wished milestones, spend power cores. This one blows my mind. Your player base, you can just go on Reddit and you can tell it's at the morale is at an all-time low. And you want to make a milestone event where it spends power cores. You know what this reminds me of? The very first orb opening milestone you guys had, right? No announcement, just put it in there. And of course, no one had orbs saved up. No one had, you know, to be able to clear that milestone. What it enticed people to do was to spend on orbs to be able to complete that milestone. You guys are making a milestone to support people to spend money to get more cores to complete a milestone. And it's daily. And on top, it's daily, guys. It's daily. I'm telling you right now, if that's more than 200 a day, you guys are asking. I don't understand what you guys are thinking. I really don't. I don't know. I just love to be sitting on the boardroom and this stuff comes up. Like, it's okay to have things that entice people to spend, but around every corner, every aspect of the game, it's too much. Someone who realizes they have to spend on everything is not going to spend it all. And if you guys are making enough money on the whales, then congrats, I guess. I mean, I just don't think that's the case. I don't know, guys. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below, but this is not going to solve their problems. I'm actually surprised there's not a spending boycott going on right now. Lunar Orbs, and the rest of this stuff is fine. Like, it's great. Maybe you're a little bit more active than you usually are, and you get more stuff, right? You know what? Free stuff is when you get things for doing what you normally would do any other day, right? That's free stuff. But when you're more active and you get more stuff, you're actually participating more in the game to get more stuff. And that's great, in my opinion, as long as it's I guess the word I want to use, it's grindable. I don't know if that's a new word or I just invented it, but yeah, as long as players can grind to get those resources, then it's okay, right? You spend to save time or spend time to get. Like, I think that's the best balance in the game. Mojo's Mayhem Season 3, Beast is coming. I'm a little surprised on Beast. It seems like they're holding off making him farmable. He could become farmable during the other seasons going on. I mean, they did that to Yellow Jacket. It's possible, but I mean, he is by far the furthest character out from being farmable or actually having a location they would consider fountainable there at Scopely. As right now, they've never made a public statement that the Battle Pass is a farmable system. And quite frankly, it's not a farmable system unless you could get beast shards every single day, even after you completed the milestones. Chase and Fury becoming permanent. I really hope that when this actually goes live, he switched to a 3-star unlock with Kree minions. I pleaded and bargained with them to get rid of the minions tag, just make it Kree general. Can't see how hard it could be to go in and change a file and delete a tag check for minions and just making it Kree, but apparently it's a very difficult thing. So thanks for shortening up the rotations that legendaries appear by making him permanent, but you guys need to go 2 steps further. And now actually getting back to the actual cadence of when characters are supposed to be coming up as legendaries, Star-Lord is up after Jubilee, which is the proper rotation. I think Star-Lord needs to get the permanent treatment too. I think having 8, here's my thing guys, 8 legendaries on rotation is fine, right? That means we see each legendary 3 times a year, right? When we have more than 8, someone's not showing up 3 times a year. They're only showing up 2 times. 8 is the perfect number. Every time they add another one, they need to put one as permanent. So I think they still need to make another legendary permanent to get it down to 8. That's just my opinion. I think that's the perfect balance. But hey, it's their game. They can do what they want, I guess. Well, they do what they want. Upcoming blitzes, Black History Month. So just doing a bunch of celebrations around that. Nothing wrong. Killmonger's up, so I'll be taking that one off. If you guys need him for Chaos Theory, jump on that and save your raid credits, because one thing I learned about later in the game is you want your raid credits to buy orange gear. You don't want to buy characters. So get them free while you can. Now, if they do launch this milestone and I have to blitz, I'm sorry, those actually need Killmonger. It's the game making me do it. And then Bishops later that week. Obviously, we've got this Iceman Bishop. Iceman Bishop is something new, but something I think they felt like they had to do with the whole entire just mess up with the patch. That mega patch was a mess, guys. It was just a mess. They obviously had no plans after the beginning of how to release characters, made them all blitz. Iceman jumps into this patch, and that patch with mega patch, which should have been 10 weeks, was only 8. Right? Their typical patches are 5 weeks. They did a mega patch in 8 weeks. They shortened themselves 2 weeks. They could have gave us more time for Jubilee. They could have finished up the Iceman blitzes and then launched the patch, and it wouldn't be such a mess. But I'm hoping that they have a long-term plan. The reason why they had to push the patch up and make that so short, I doubt they have a plan with the way they act sometimes, but I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt and say they have a greater plan in mind. And a bunch of bonus events. You're going to get Pimtech double shard drops coming up. If you're close, it might be a time to core out. And then here they say about Falcon getting a 2-time drop event. Quite honestly, I think for the Black History Month, that should be all month long. 2 times on Falcon a month. Like, pick a character to represent 2-time drop all month long. One day, what is one day, guys? I think that'd be great. I don't know if that's what they're planning on doing or not, or it's going to be one day like everything else, but all month long would be an awesome feature to do. And actually after that, pick a character every month and do that. I think that's a great idea. And you don't have to pick the newest characters, pick the older characters. I don't care if I can't benefit from it, but I think that'd be something cool to do. And I need a hand event coming around, so Elektra's not complete trash to level up to, 7 stars anymore, but I put caution on that, guys, as Daredevil, Elektra, and Night Nurse were only buffed to support Moon Knight and White Tiger, as they're really not going to jump up in the meta as solo characters. They're just there to make sure that White Tiger and Moon Knight do their job, and Moon Knight and White Tiger do their job to protect them in that team. And that's where I'm going to end this one, guys. Like I said, a little bit of dev blog, a little bit of salt. I'm trying to be as constructive as I can, not being completely negative, but like I said, my morale for this game is at a low, and that takes a lot for someone who doesn't really feel the pressure to spend. And that's what we're going to do, guys. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here and have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you like all these hot takes that I do, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.